Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of AM and the PM with Amanda and Mark. Hello, Amanda. How are you?
Tired.
Tired. Yes.
Yes.
It's been a week. It's been some time.
It has. And
It's fucking crazy.
speaking of a week, this is really weird because I feel like this was just yesterday. But a week ago, I was up late one night. It was like midnight, which is late for me, especially on a work night.
Mm-hmm.
And I was having a bunch of negative thoughts. I just feel like I've been in a funk, specifically with work. I think we just had basically our whole class transition to the next classroom up, and we got a whole bunch of new kids. I think it's just like a stressful time, getting all the other kids' stuff to the next room, getting our classroom together. My co-teacher is on vacation this week. So, and I think when like the kids are, leaving our room, it was like awkward last week because we had some kids, we didn't have some kids, we had some kids, we didn't have some kids, and the kids are like so ready to move up. So it's just, with 2-year-olds, it gets a little crazy. So I think, but it's weird because this week has been amazing. Like I've been extremely positive. Like I think I've also, ever since like last week, after writing all this stuff down, I realized, I just need to try to have a positive mindset because I've just been feeling myself being really negative recently. So I wrote a whole bunch of stuff down that I just in general thought of. And I thought of like that would be good to talk to about with my therapist. And not particularly like last week, this week, like just at any time. I just started going to therapy. So I don't even know what this says. Like I remember it, but I don't know what it says. And I purposefully haven't looked at it since like last week. And we did not plan it to be a week later. It just happened because I don't even know. When did I see you last?
I don't know.
Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mark and I we only see each other like twice a week, like sometimes 3. So we just haven't recorded yet. And I remember I was like, I want to record right away so I can talk about this. And it's weird because it's like a week later. So
Yeah?
yeah.
So we're going to do it?
And Mark has also kind of been in a little funk, I think.
Terrible week for Mark.
Yeah. Apologize. My ear is itchy. It gets itchy all the time with his headphones on. It's like an awkward scenario. Okay, I'm scared. Okay. Oh my god, it's fucking long. Yeah. And it's like weird. It's like, I feel like, it's like weird. It's almost like one of those things where it's like, oh, I feel better now, so I'm gonna read this and be like, oh, what the fuck? I don't know. And I feel like I wrote some stuff down that, I know. This is like the stuff that's in my own head. Like, I don't talk about this out loud with anyone. Like, not like on purpose. It's just like, Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I feel like this is like a poem. Like a... You need to be like... Okay. Let me take a sip of water.
What?
Okay. Anxiety. Everyone gets anxious at night bedtime. Okay, I wrote that.
What the fuck?
I wrote that because, like, this doesn't really happen anymore. I was just thinking about, I don't know if I just have, like, a wide mind or, like, what, but, like, I remember, like, I used to, not anymore, because, like, sometimes, I get, like, the Sunday blues, the Sunday scaries, whatever you want to call it.
I've never heard of that. Is that a thing?
Yeah, the Sunday scaries. Like, the next day you have to work Monday through Friday.
I don't have those.
The Sunday scaries, you get, like, anxiety, anxious. You've never had that?
I guess I have weekend scaries.
Exactly. So I would say, I mean, it's not anymore, but I feel like the bedtime scaries or the anxious, I don't know. I have experienced that a lot in my life. I think, like, I remember like being young, going to school. I didn't want to go to school, or like my mom putting me to sleep to go to daycare or whatever it was. I would get like nervous and anxious like sometimes. And this sounds ridiculous, but like this sounds really ridiculous, but like even now sometimes if I like stay over someone's house, I get like anxiety anxious. Like it's weird. Something about like going to sleep, like you have to go to sleep and you have to wake up, and if you don't fall asleep, you're up. But honestly, I think I just wrote that because that's been like a thing in the past. I don't know.
Hmm.
That's just been something with me, I guess. Like that doesn't really happen to me now. If I have something I'm nervous about the next day, yeah. The Sunday scaries, I mean, obviously sometimes I'm just like I don't want to go to frickin' work.
Hmm.
But okay. I also like don't write periods. So, oh my god. Worrying about things that happen but to the extreme and imagining scenarios in your head. So like I did something like at work or something, or like in general, and in my head I'm like, oh no, I did that, and now this is what's going to happen next because of that. And I start to worry and I play out all these scenarios in my head, and that's where I have to kind of come back to I don't know if there's like a saying or something, but like, oh, the thing about being in control, like only worry about the stuff that's like in your control.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, worrying about that when like nothing could happen, or like I heard this thing before. I used it with this scenario that I was in like not too long ago, but like what's the worst thing that can happen and what's like the best thing that can happen, and you play them both out in your head. Now, I don't know if everyone does this. Like this probably sounds crazy to Mark, but I feel like I don't know if girls is a girl thing. I heard this on a podcast I listened to. What's the worst thing that can happen? What's the best thing that could happen? And like you play them both out in your head, and you're just like, okay. Like I don't know. I feel like maybe not a lot of people like worry about that, but it's just like it's like I almost mentally prepare myself for like the worst thing to happen, even though it's like nothing happens and it's fine, and I just worry too much and overthink.
What are we talking about? Like what?
I don't
What?
want to tell you what it was. It's like
Okay, but like not like the actual thing, but are
let
you
me
talking
think.
about like things that you do at like
Yeah,
your like just
yeah.
random
Like I'm
life
trying to
things
think of
and
an
job stuff?
example. I can't really think of an example.
Like mistakes?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you're worried about mistakes? Is that what you're saying? Like if you make a mistake, you're worried about the
Like
consequences of the mistake?
say like I do something, yeah, like I do something small, and all of a sudden I'm like thinking in my head the worst case scenario.
That it's wrong, it's a small thing that's wrong?
Yeah, like I made a mistake at work, and the worst case scenario, all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, are they gonna like call me into the office? Like it's just like so silly. Like I don't know. It's just but like also I just feel like sometimes the headspace I'm in, like I don't think I was in the best headspace. Like I think last week or whatever I was being really negative. So like I honestly like for maybe like I don't a while, like for like 2 weeks maybe, I don't know, I was just feeling like not the best teacher. And it's weird. And I don't now that I'm like I don't know, we have like new children, new whatever. I just feel like now I'm like and I feel like I have more of a positive head. It's just like Amanda, like you're a good teacher. Like I think it's just like when things get rough, sometimes I am hard on myself, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Interesting.
Okay. Nervous. I wrote nervous poops. Oh God, why did I write that?
Mm.
Oh. Ugh. Okay. Oh. I spelled it all out there.
The poop?
Okay, nervous when driving near people I know.
Okay. How often does that happen?
Like, all the time.
What does that mean?
Okay, so, like, if you and I were to both go drive the street right now, I would be anxious. Because I don't want you to, like, be near me when I'm driving. And I don't even know what that is. It's so ridiculous. It just says people who I'm close with when it comes to meeting someone somewhere with my car or driving with someone in my car. Too busy worried about what other people are thinking of my driving in my head, which would just make me anxious and distract me from driving. Example. Oh my God. Okay. Wow. So one time my old co-teacher and I were driving down the road. We were driving to her house, and literally like a truck came out from like the other way. Like they weren't even near me, but I was just like anxious because like she was in the passenger seat, and I like jumped for like no reason. And she's like, "Why did you jump?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know." But like I knew why I jumped. I jumped because I was anxious. The car was coming. But like it wasn't even the car. It was literally just because I was like anxious because she was driving in the car with me. So I don't know. I mean, I'd like to say I'm working on it, but I don't really think I've done anything to work on it. I mean,
I don't know how you get better at something like that unless you just do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know, like I don't want to like blame my mom, but my mom has always made me anxious. My mom never, so when my mom was like teaching me to drive, it wasn't really her that taught me to drive, it was my stepdad. But really, like the driving instructor, I went to driving school, but she never wanted to drive in the car with me because I made her anxious. So like I'm not saying that's like what it has to do with, but I'm just saying. And then like she just always made me feel nervous about driving because like it was almost like I'm not saying she didn't think I was good enough to like operate a vehicle, but like at the same time, she like thinks just because I would like bump into stuff in real life that on the road I'm just gonna be like a dingus. Like I'm not saying that's exactly it, but and then like I drove in the car with her a couple times when I had my permit, and she like doesn't have peripheral vision, so she would get freaked out that I'm gonna hit other things on the road. And I don't know. And honestly, Mark's like a driver, my mom's like a driver, so besides like my friend Lauren, like I haven't had that much experience with like people in my car, and like I've never been like the driver per se, so I don't know. As of like meeting people, places and stuff, like it definitely makes me nervous, but like I think I'm like more open to it, I guess you can say, because I feel like I've been driving for like a lot longer now, and it's like, okay, like you're an adult, you gotta work on things. But yeah, what? Okay. It takes me longer to learn some things more than other people. So therefore, now I don't know if this is going to like make sense to you, but I feel like it took me a while to learn driving rules. Even after my test and everything, you really just learn on the road. Like literally I remember driving on the road after I had my license and I still didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Like I'm not like whatever. I literally learned like on the road. For some people, everything is just common sense. Like, I just feel like for some people, they just like, no. Like, I don't know. Like, no, what the fucking. I remember I had my license for I don't even know how long, and I was like, I didn't know that I had to like yield at the fucking green light. Like, I know I took my permit test. I passed it that day, but am I going to remember what was on the permit? No. I don't know. Okay. I should be spending more effort into being the best version of myself I can be, but for some reason can't seem to stress the little stuff. Worrying about work or if I'm off my workout schedule. I know it is okay to be off your game sometimes, but if I spent less time worrying and more time putting in the effort, then I think we'd be in a great place. I feel like I've said something like that before, but yet here I am still continuing to struggle with it. The negative has been getting worse lately, so I am trying to prevent it. I don't know what it is, but I just want to try to be the best version of myself, but I'm stuck in this negative rut. I feel like I pull myself out and then I go back in. That's it.
That's all.
The end. Which is weird because now I feel like I'm out of it. Hopefully I don't go back in. Oh.
I mean, I think
And
that's
I
unlikely.
feel like it's life. I feel like it's also life, and I shouldn't, like, get so down on myself for it. We all have our bad days, weeks. Just gotta move through it.
Yep. Yeah, it was interesting. I don't know what to say exactly. I mean, like, the anxiety stuff, I think that comes with more time, more confidence, more moving out of your comfort zone to learn new things, try new things, become more confident in the things that you know, and then the newer things as you try those and all that sort of stuff. I think that just helps in that regard. I've started to think that the biggest thing is you need to be easy on yourself. That's a general you, not saying you specifically. I mean, it might help, but I think I'm starting to be very hard on myself. And then there's these times like this week where I'm just completely fucked because of just health. And then it just compounds because you're like, oh, I'm not getting any work done because I feel like shit. And if you don't have like the mental fortitude to realize, yeah, it's all right, man. Just take a fucking break. That's bad. And the other thing is, I think I have wound myself up, which, maybe in some cases you have as well. I think you really have to take a step back sometimes. And I'd love to do more meditation and things like that to
Yeah, I agree. And it's like,
slow the fuck
it's
down.
so silly because it's like, I think about doing meditation. It's just like, where am I going to fit that in? But like, that shouldn't be something you say, where am I going to fit this in? Like, it should be like a thing,
Yeah, I feel the same way. I thought about that and I was like, how am I gonna fit this meditation thing in? I'm so busy or whatever. And I know there's a lot of time that like I'm just down and I'll be scrolling or whatever through fucking TikTok or some shit, and I'm not having a good time. I'm just fucking doing it because I'm just an asshole and I'm just doing it, and that's not good. And then I think I could be meditating or something like that, just to slow down. And but there's a lot of pieces to it. It's because like, okay, well, you say that you need it and you say you want to do it, but if you did that, if those are true, then why aren't you doing it? It's just a very weird thing. I don't know how to navigate it. I have not figured it out yet. I've tried numerous times at this point to get this routine down. And I am, like you, as far as the place that we're in, the thoughts that we're having and stuff like that. Like there's just, I don't know what to do next. I have too many items on my list, it feels like. And I just feel like for some reason I got to get them all done in a minute. And I'm trying to prioritize them. I'm trying to do, things first. And it's just really exhausting. I don't know how else to put it. Like trying to move out, which, time just keeps fucking flying and we haven't really done anything with that. And I, feel like I'm dropping the ball on that. And then, we got all this other shit going on. It's like, well, I want to move out, but at the same time, it's like, you ask yourself, are you ready in these other facets of your life and stuff? And it's just, life is I don't want to say life is getting difficult, because I actually do enjoy it. A lot of it is just like, I've created a weird thing for myself here, by extension, us. So there's a lot going on. A lot of it's good, and a lot of it has extreme upside and potential, and honestly, minimal downside, given the way that we've handled things. It's like you're in the middle of a tornado sometimes, and there's too many fucking things, flying around and things to do, and you're just trying to check them off and go through the days and get the stuff done. And I mean, I don't know. It's exhausting sometimes. That was kind of negative.
Really?
I mean, that's been my week, though, this week. Being sick, which has been, could do a whole episode on my last week of life. It's been crazy. But you've been doing good.
Apparently I wasn't last week.
Maybe you needed to just flush all that out.
Well, yeah. I think, honestly, after I wrote that, I think, what day was that? Wednesday. I don't know, but I don't remember Thursday specifically. I think maybe it was a little bit better, but I know Friday, I remember I just felt better in my headspace, and was that this week? Past weekend we went to the gym. No, it wasn't. That was the weekend before. Anyways,
It's Friday.
It was a Saturday. Yeah. I went to the gym twice this week, and I created my own workouts, which is really exciting because I usually just do other people's workouts, I guess. MadFit or whoever. And I decided that I really like specific exercises that I've been doing. So I did like a full body workout and a booty workout. And I feel like that might not sound like a big deal because I feel like people go to the gym and like do their own workouts all the time. But I don't know. I just feel like I've always relied on MadFit or whatever other person. And I never really felt confident enough, or not really confident enough, but just, I guess, familiar enough with the exercises to come up with my own. But I am now, and it's exciting.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
And I'm happy that I went back to the gym. Like, I don't want to put pressure on myself to go to the gym all the time. Obviously I can work out at home too, but it feels good to be back in there by myself with like a goal in mind, because I think I got messed up because I was doing like the treadmill for a while, and then quarantine hit, and then I didn't want to do the treadmill anymore, and then the masks, I had to wear masks to the gym.
Yeah. Wild. So, I don't know. It's been a ride. What else are you thinking? Yawning.
Yeah.
Tired, man. Just a hell of a week here. But yeah. Got anything else? Got any more notes? Any more notes you wrote to yourself?
I don't think.
I don't know. looking to get back on the saddle here. Got a lot of work to do. A lot of shit to change, really. Yep. All right. Nice.
I feel like you're like a negative Nancy. Not really, you're just like monotone. Yeah. And I was sick. Yeah.
I can't remember when you're sick, but like, I don't think you're happy.
Hmm?
I can't remember the times that you've been sick that
Oh.
much, but I don't think you're happy about it.
No.
That was funny. Earlier on, you're like poking me, like, do something.
No, we literally hung out. And
You're like, why are you doing that? Why are you
this is how
not
it
talking?
went. Mark comes to my house super excited. Hi, he's like, hi. Gives me a kiss. Gives me candy from the Milkshake Factory. Okay. I get dressed. We go to Target. And I think you're like, okay, the ride to Target. But then we get in Target and you're just like fucking miserable. Oh no, on the way to Target, you were miserable too. I remember driving there and I was like, what's wrong with you? Like, are you okay? You're like, my head just feels like funny and my stomach kind of hurts. I'm kind of bloated. I'm just like, okay. So then we go to Target. You're like just still miserable. And then we leave Target and you're like, I don't want to go to Hello Bistro anymore. We could go to Panera. And I'm like, okay. And then you're silent again. I'm like, that's fine, but like, why? And then you're like, I don't want salad. And I'm like, okay. And you're like, I need soup. Even though that soup is shitty. And I'm just like, okay. Silently drive to Panera. Eat at Panera. Just like weird. It's like not normal. And then I went up and got to Panera, which like I never do that. You always get it. That's like that's not a big deal. But like you're just like not all there in your head. And
I don't understand.
you always go get it.
Yeah. I don't understand though. What point are you making? Like, well, I started and I said,
My point is I'm making, let me continue.
all right.
Okay. Fucking silent the whole meal. This is not normal for Mark. Okay. The drive was killing me inside. Okay. Mark's clearly fucking miserable. I'm like, we don't have to go to the gym. We can just go home. I can work out at home. I don't know what you said. Like, you were just like, no. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Go to the gym.
I think you said, do you still want to go to the gym? I said, I guess.
Well, I definitely said we don't have to go to the gym. I can work out at home.
Okay.
You still proceeded to drive to the gym.
Okay, keep going.
Okay, you drive to the gym. Fucking miserable, not speaking at all. And I'm just like in my head, this guy's fucking miserable. He can't even talk. He literally said that he cannot talk to me right now. And I'm like, how the fuck are you going to go work out then? Why are we going to the gym? Get to the gym. He's like fucking missing. We went to the bathroom, then he's missing. And usually we go stretch together, but I went to stretch by the weight area and whatever. I just like started lifting weights because he was still in the bathroom. I figured he's like shitting or something. I don't know. Comes out like real quick, says something. I can't hear anything with these Apple AirPods and I can't hear shit. So then I'm like starting to get concerned because I don't know where he went. I'm like, is he like throwing up in the bathroom? Like, where the fuck is he? Apparently he went to the hydro bed. And I'm like, okay. And then he just comes out and sits there. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, when do you want to leave? And he's like, whenever you're done. And then me, like, not even really. I was like, I did like 2 sets of something, but I wasn't like prepared to leave. Like, I was not like, whatever. Not like a big deal. Like, I definitely got like a good little workout in, but like, what the fuck? So then we leave, and I don't know.
I don't know what the point of that was.
The point of that was it was fucking weird. Like, if you don't feel good and you don't feel well, like, let's go the fuck home. Drop me off so I can go lift my weights in my basement. Don't drag me to the gym and then be like, whenever you're done. I didn't even know if I should get started. What am I doing? Because I didn't know
Mm.
where you were. I was like, are you okay? Are you sick? Like, I didn't.
Okay. All right. Maybe say that next time.
Well, it's maybe this doesn't sound weird to other people, but it's not normal for Mark to just like drive in the car and like not fucking speak.
I don't know what has happened
And
to
do
my
you
body
know
this
what was
past
wrong
week.
with you?
No. No.
Did it just go away?
I don't know. I mean, it's lingered for a little bit, but I mean, pretty good now. So, yeah. Nice. It's been a week, but I think this has been pretty good. Some interesting topics and such. So, yeah. Alrighty. Well, as always, guys, down in the description, aimandthepmpodcast.com/shop. Ask us questions. We'd love to get some questions. There's a link down there for that as well. And yeah, so it's been Amanda and Mark. It's been another episode of AM and the PM. We thank you guys so much for tuning in, as always, and we'll talk to you in the next one.